Welcome again to this video and this cycle of videos on demystifying AI. So what we have seen is that there are two kinds of artificial intelligence. One that is based on recognition, that is based on data, learning from a lot of data, and the other one that is based on reasoning and it builds on knowledge. So you start from knowledge and you create new knowledge, and that is exactly what you do when you reason, right? And so the question, of course, I'm sure everybody asks is, okay, but generative AI, what is it? Where does it stand? How does it work in a way? Is it data-based, based only on recognition, or is it knowledge-based, based on reasoning? Well, first, what is generative AI? What is, for example, Chat GPT? Well, generative AI, it's tools, AI tools, that are able to generate new things that didn't exist before. So, of course, the example you have is, Chat GPT. You ask a question, you put a text, and it gives you the answer. So it generates a new text, a text that didn't exist before. And you can, you have these kind of tools. It works very well for text, but also for audio. You probably have seen, image created with these kind of tools, or even code. So in a nutshell, what is behind these tools, or which are based on neural networks, deep neural networks? Don't enter into detail here. They take a huge amount of data, and they learn patterns. So what does it mean? Well, ChatGPT is just based on the following principle. When you use your favorite search engine, let's say a navigator, you start typing, the question you want to ask or what you want to search. And you can see that there is an autocomplete. It proposes you what will be the end of your sentence. Okay? It has learned from all the sentence and requests that have been put here. What is the most probable one? Well, ChatGPT, it's very surprising, but believe me, that's how it works, is exactly doing it the same way. It has learned and read almost everything on the internet. And when you type a question, a text, it just tries to know what is the next word. And the next word, statistically, or with tools like deep learning, it will be the first word of its answer. And then it's going to go there and there and there. So don't forget, it's just recognition. It recognizes your pattern and it knows what may be the most probable word that will follow, and so on and so on and so on and so forth. And it provides what you call the answer. But be careful, even if it says, I understand, it's not understanding at all. It's just a very sophisticated autocomplete with fantastic results. So that's the first kind of generative AI. But you have another things that you can generate that don't exist before. For example, if you want to generate scenarios, about an organization, a system, something, you want to know what can happen, what may happen. You want to navigate all the possibilities. Then you need to have scenarios, okay? And this is knowledge-based. If you want to generate a scenario, let's say for your supply chain, what is going to happen? Or am I resilient? If there is a problem somewhere, is it going to spread everywhere? And cascading effect, you need scenarios. You need to generate this new knowledge. But then it's based on knowledge. It will not be based on data. So you have these two things in Gen AI, but generative AI. But of course, the one that everybody has in mind is the one that is based on data. And these two generative AI, the one that is based on data, the other one that is based on knowledge, is the first one, think of Chat GPT. It's great. And you have a very simple access. It's very easy to use. You probably have used it yourself. The little problem is that it can have hallucination. It can say things that are completely false. Why? Because it doesn't reason. It's not reasoning. It's just recognition of patterns. So that's the reason. But very good tool with hallucination. On the other side, it's knowledge-based, for example, to generate new scenarios. And the very good thing is that it's explainable, it's reliable, it's very much rare to have hallucinations. But of course, it's much complex and it can be more difficult to access. And so that's why, at the end of the day, some companies, and by the way, we are part of them, are putting both together. So at the end of the day, that's what we're going to talk in the next video. Well, is it possible to do both at the same time? To do these two AIs, recognition based on data, reasoning based on knowledge, put them together like what we do as humans.